So let's begin. So introduction to UI UX design. So we discussed about this. I'm just going to go over it again. So we've explained what UI is. We said UI stands for user interface, and just deal with the of the of the product that you are designing. I will give the example of what digital product is: website, mobile app. So those are the product digital product that we are talking about. And then we said UX stands for user experience. That is everything that deals with how the user feels with the product that you design. So that's what UX entails. So when the user comes to your product that you design, now let's say you design an app and the user comes there. So how they feel, how they interact with the product, it's what UX is. So and we are going to be talking about what we are going to do as UX designer later on. But this is just like what's the introduction to what we are doing. So we are saying UI UX. So what's the connection between both of them? So the connection between them is just that anytime we are designing a product, we say that the UI is the look, right? So you want to design an app now. So the look is just like, okay, I want this place to be green, I want this place to be white, I want this place to be whatever color you want to put there. So that is just the UI. So the UX is what is going to inform you that is that green that you want to use, is that the right thing to use? That place that you want to put, you want to use your font width, you want it to be 18 pixels. Is that the right thing to use? So it's UX that will tell you that, okay, this thing that I want to do, this UI that I want to implement in your design, is it the right thing that you are supposed to do, or is wrong? So it's UX that is going to tell you, it's UX that is going to tell you that one. So that's just basically the connection between that's basically the connection between UI and UX. We can't just come up with different colors, then font weight, font size, and then you find a layout, then you want to design a product and you're looking like that. No, no, no. You can't just go straight to design. You want to design a product, so you have to understand the users first. You have to understand them. You have to understand why you have to do this. You have to make your research. You cannot just come and just reinvent the wheel when it's not broken and anything is not happening to you, it's still working fine. You see that there is a guideline for all these things that you are going to follow. So that's why the UX is very, very important, because it's what is going to inform your UI that you want to go to and do. Do you get? So now let's compare the UI and the UX together. What are we talking about? We are talking about UI, and what are we talking about when you're talking about UX? So we have the first thing, the computer analysis. You want to design it, you want to solve a problem. Let's start from that place now, because that's basically what you are doing. You want to solve a problem. Let's say in Unilag, um, uh, we have students that they don't like going out, that they don't want to be inside their hostel from morning to night, and they want to eat. How do they want to eat? So that's the problem now, that okay, people don't want to go outside and they need to eat. So how do you that's the problem that you've identified now, right? So the next thing is, how do I solve this problem? How do I solve this problem? You look around, you see different people, okay, you've seen Child Deck, you've seen Luvo, you've seen all these people. Then the next thing you are going to do is to do your computer analysis. What are they doing right? What are they doing wrong? What can you do to be better than them? What can you offer your customer that all these people are not doing it well before? So that's when the computer analysis comes in. Then you do your customer analysis. The second one, you do your customer analysis and the UX research too. You have to understand your users. Okay, this user that want to be using my product, are they people that can afford? What can they afford, so that you don't spend a lot of money while you are trying to solve their own problem, and at the end of the day, you are not going to make your money. So that part too, you have to do the research of the users too that want to use the product. And again, why you have to do the why the UX part is for the users is very important, is that it's not everybody that is in Unilag. I'm just taking Unilag for example now, that can see. Do you guys? It's not everybody in Unilag that can even see well. You can see not everybody that can see well. Things like that. You have to put down to the to consideration. Those ones who are part of the research are going to do for the user when you are doing the when you are doing the user research too. Then you go to the product structure and strategy. Then when you've done all this, that's when you realize that okay, this is how I can solve this problem. This is how I can solve. Okay, I'm going to do a website. Oh, website is not going to work. Is that that's going to work? Do you get? So at this point, when you are going to decide what kind of solution are you providing to solve the problem. So then the next thing we have on the UX, we have the content development. We have the content development. So at this point, you already you started designing something already. So what do you want to have in your product? How do you want the users to reach to reach you so that they can buy what you are selling and the problem you want to solve for them. Then you have the prototyping and wireframing. You've gotten to the research to the design parts like that. So where this UX and where the user research will come in there is what's the best way for users to come into the app to use it. So you have to consider that one too. You can't just say that okay before when somebody wants to buy something on that app, they buy their product first before they pay. Then when you want to do your own, you now put pay first uh before selecting the product that you want to buy. So you have to put the what you are doing as the UX designer, you have to put it into work when you get to the prototype and wireframing. So you have the testing and iterating. So at this point, it's more like a research too. So you are going to gather people to test the product that you've done the prototype of it. Then they test it for you, and then you iterate. I mean, what's not working well there, we are going to correct it. Then you have a coordination with UI designers. So sometimes you might not be working, you might work in a group. So everybody sees the product that you are designing, then everybody talk, comment and stuff like that. So I'm taking too much time already. Then coordination with the developers. Then when you are done designing, you can give it to and you've tested it, you can give the developer to develop it. So after that, you can still do the analysis and iteration again. You can still do that one again. Maybe after the developers are developing that you are designing, and you give it to your users to test again. Maybe they are still having another problem. Then you're still going to work on the design again. That's the iteration part of it. So we are going now. Let's come to the UI part of it. So we have the understanding of UX design process and research. Everything that you've gotten from the your UX research. Some of them, when you do the analysis, some of them are things that are going to use for your design thinking. When you want to when you want to start designing. You have the custom analysis too. So we said that when you do your custom analysis, it's going to affect your UI, UI design that you want to design. When you do a proper UX research, it's going to affect your UI definitely. The way you are going to design for somebody that can see very well is different from the way you are going to design for somebody that cannot see. So when you do this research, so you know which way should I solve this problem, and the best way to do it is to be inclusive. The best way is to be inclusive, so that the person that is blind and the person that can see, both of them can choose the product that you are designing. Are you with me? Please, somebody on which mic can talk. Are you with me? All right. So we have the design research too. So basically, what you want to design is not something that is very new entirely. So you can go to different platforms to get inspiration for design that I want to do. So you have the branding and graphic development. Part of the UI too. Branding and graphic development. That is clear enough. So you have the user guide and the storylines. That is the uh let's just say the writings that are going to write the content that are going to put in the design that you're designing. That's what this is. And then you are prototyping. That one is more of interactions on your app. Then interactivity and animation is almost the same thing with prototyping. Addition to all device screen. That's when your this thing comes in. What's it called? Responsibility. Responsiveness. Sorry, responsiveness. This is where it comes in. So you have to make your product that you're designing. That comes when you're designing a website. has to be a responsive one, the one that can be used on mobile, tablet, and desktop on different sizes. You have to make it like that. You can't just design a product now and do the desktop view only. You cannot work on mobile. So you have to do for mobile, you have to do for desktop, and you have to make it adaptable to all screen sizes. Um, when you get to design, you are going to talk about that and you are going to see what you are talking about. Then implement it to the developers. So before you just give, you can't just give the design to a developer and start working on it. You still have to share your asset that you use for the UI them so that they can make their work easy. So to the next slide. So when we are talking about the UI, let me see what UI look like. So come here. So this what UI look like. So we are going to this is a Figma screenshot. As soon as this is a Figma file. So if you look at this side now, you see different frames. So those are the screens that are in these files. And then on this left side, you see something like body, text, all this. So these are the element that we use to design, to do the design. This is what UI looks like, just the look only. So let's look at the process of the UX too. So these are what are going to be using when I'm doing UX. This is what are going to be doing. If you're working with a platform, maybe a company, you can have something like this. Or if you are like you have the resources for your own, you can do something like that with a big board. You have papers that you work with. So that when this one now is the wireframing. So what is one like card sorting. So you can do the same thing on Figma, so on FigJam. So this one is card sorting. This one is I think this is prioritization. This is user persona, and this is the feature that's going to be the app that we are designing. So things like these are very important when you are doing UX. You have to get your process ready before you just jump into the design tool and you start designing. So what are the responsibility and roles of the UI and UX designer? We talk about that. So we have the UX writer. So those are the one that deals with the writing of the product that are designing. So you want to design a button somewhere now, you can just okay, you can easily just say a button now to say home, like home. You understand? Hello? What is your answer? Do you understand what you say home? Exactly. So you can say you have home on the website now. Why are you using home? Why are you not using trenches? So this is what the writer will do. So why are you using stats and not click to open? Something like that. So that's what they just do. Just deal with the right, the content in the product we are designing. And we have the UX researcher. Just use user experience researcher. They are going to do research about the user, talk to people, interview people about the product before they start designing. Then you have the UI visual designer, so they are working most with the UI. So they are going to know that we design, they are going to design the product for us. And we have the interaction design that deals with this transition and the interactivity of the product that we are designing. So all this now, we can be a specialist there. So they have he said a specialist is someone who types the type of design, like just interaction design or mission design, and be an expert in that field. These are the people that we call a specialist. You can be a specialist or a generalist. So at the beginning level like this, most times you have to be a generalist. You have to be able to do everything by yourself. You can only see this specialist when you go to a very big company. That's when time you can see it. But you are still working like in a very small or unorganized, like no well structured company like that. You are going to be doing all. You are going to be a generalist. And then we have the T-shaped. Maybe you have the T-shaped. Maybe you focus more on the UX writing, but you still work. You still do freelancing for like okay, I can do everything. So that one way the T-shaped designer comes in. So this is like what's it look like. If you look at it now, it look like T actually. So this person now is actually UX writer, but the person can still do all this. So you see, it look like T. So that's why I said T shape designer. So moving on, understanding user centered design. We're talking about user centered design. What are we talking about? What are we saying? So these are just four characteristics of a good a good product that is user centered. So a product has to be equitable. That is, it's something that is it has to be inclusive. Like I said before, it has to be inclusive. That a product you want to design, when you are designing for people of a large, like your users are very much users. So you have to consider each every one of them. Maybe you have people that have disabilities. You have to put them into consideration when you are designing, so that when the creatable part of it comes in, and then we have the enjoyable. But the users have to enjoy the product that are using, not have to be people that just be there and be boring. Maybe they even find it difficult to navigate. So that product is not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable. That you don't have the user experience there, and it has to be useful. Not just the product that when they click on the link, it's taking them to when they click on the button, sorry, it's taking them to where they even want to go to. So at that point, the product they're designing is not user centered because it's not useful for them. And then it has to be usable too. They have to, it has to be something that they want to use it for, not just that it's just there and just there. So you know it's not user centered. You are not considering your users when you are designing it because it's not usable for them. So moving on, so exploring design thinking. Like I said in last class, that I said about I talked about design thinking too. So this is the definition. And you have you can have different frameworks for your design thinking, but the most popular one is the one that we're going to talk about here. We have the empathize phase, we have the define phase, we have the ideate phase, we have the prototype phase, and the test phase. So let's talk about it. We have the empathize phase. The empathize phase is the part when you are going to put yourself in the shoe of the users. Okay, let's say I'm the user now. Let's say I'm the user and I want to design this product. What do I want? What question that you're asking yourself is same thing that you're going to ask your users. So you are doing your interview. You are going to put them in your shoes. Like just the word empathy, normally the English, just the English. So that was just the and thing that in things is just the mostly data research. We are going to do a lot of interviews. We are going to do a lot of surveys and something related to like you are just trying to get to know more about the user you are designing for. So also we got to the design phase, define phase. So after you've done this empathy part, you've gotten a lot of I mean feedbacks. Then you are going to define them. That, okay, let's say you have people in like now. Like let's say these people in like that the user that are designing for, you can divide them into like two type of users. Maybe okay, you have the people that they are rich, you have the one that are broke. So, okay, you cannot be selling a food of 3K worth to someone that is broke. Okay, let's make our food on, okay, let's make it 2K so that everybody can afford the um the payment. So that way you are putting yourself in, you are trying to feel the pain of your users. Let me put it that way. You get so that everybody will be able to use the product. So and what makes you divide that is that you don't the you've done the first part like this, you empathize with your users. So that will make you define that, okay, let's make our meals 2K. You get so now we go to the ideate part. That is after gathering all these feedbacks and you've defined them, you have the different type of users that you want to design for, then you are now to ideate how do we solve this problem. That's the next question. How do we solve this problem? If you are working together and if you are working alone, how do I solve this problem? You start getting different ideas. There are a lot of people to work on this part. So I'm not going to have the crazy eight. So it's done with paper. You put the paper into 8 sections. Then you anything that comes to your mind at that point, you quickly throw them down. Different ideas, you throw them down. So that place, okay, at that point you're able to okay, now analyze which one is going to work better, which one is going to work better. Then when you choose, then now you can now move on to storyboard. So you have the big picture and what's it? So the first one just deal with how you are going to interact with the users, how the app is going to interact, how the user is going to interact with the app. And the second one is how the app itself is going to work. So that's what the idea part is just about. You're just thinking about how you want to solve the problem. Then you go to the prototype phase. That's when you're going to design and you do the prototype. So okay, all these ideas that you are thinking about, all these things you are thinking like bring it to a solution that you want to. Like this is the solution I have now. You can now do the testing. So you take the feedbacks and then you can just work on it later to make it better. So what are the tools that are used in designing? You have Figma. Use that one mostly for you said like I just showed you. You can use instead of using Figma, you have to use sources. You can use your board. As a board, you can use paper. Most times you have to use paper for wireframing first. You have to use it because somehow it might be somewhat difficult for you to start something on your system, like trying to create the wireframe. So it's easier, much more easier using a paper, pencil and paper to just draw all these ideas, different screens that you want to have on your what's it called? In your product you're designing. You have Miro, use that one for wireframing and yeah, wireframing. And Whimsical too, they have the same similar, yeah, they have the same functionality. Miro and Whimsical. Then you have the Adobe XD, you can use that one for design and then you can use it for prototyping. So we have the sketch too, we have the InVision, we have the prototype import. So this InVision, prototype and import and Adobe XD and Figma. So they have one the same use them for design, use them for prototyping too. Then the Google Form and all this Google Doc, Google Sheet, or any other platform that I use to create form for what's it called? For research. So all those ones too are was you have to use them too. They are part of the tools that are going to be using for your UI UX. So this comes to the end of the first class that we did. So you can meet your tutors here. So I am Abdul Hassan. So this is me, and this is my co-tutor Steve Praise Akwela. So that's my handle, and that's the handle too. So if you have any question, you can ask. Before we move on to the before you move on to Figma. Hello, hello. Yeah, if you have question now, you can ask. And if you don't have, next 2 minutes, you are going to continue. If you don't have any questions in the next minute, you are going to continue. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on. Um, somebody's using his hand. You can ask a question, or you can, if you want to type, if you want to use your speaker, your mic. Good afternoon. Yeah, I understand. I think okay. So I understand your question. We are going to do the prototyping. So while we are doing the prototyping, you it's not like the implementation of the interaction that you are doing. You're just going to show the developer in a way that he's going to understand that okay, this is what I'm going to be doing. Let's see when you press when you click on something now, it has to come in the form of overlay. You are going to do that. There's a way you can do the this thing when you're doing the prototype. It will come as overlay. There's a way you can do that if you want it to go to another page. When you click on a button, I don't want to do that. So it's the work of the developer to just implement it as code. That's what developers is just doing. They're just implementing it as code. They don't want to show what it's going to look like, how the interaction should be. Do you get now? Did I answer the question like that? Hello? I answered the question. All right. So Just going to open. So I'm just going to open another page now for our class. So before we start anything, so let's look at the interface of the Figma that we're talking about. I hope everybody's there. Do you have this screen on your laptop now? Okay. So let's start with the feature that we have on the um interface right now. So we come to this side where you have the Figma icon. So you have a list of options here. You have the file. When you click on this file, that means you are going back um to the home page of the Figma. Like the real, this is not your own page, that not the file that you clicked on. You are going to the Figma interface, your profile. So and from here you can just have a new, it's something that you have on the on your own page. It's what you're going to have here. You can have your new design there. When you get to that place too, there is a small box here like this where you can just click on, and it has that one art icon like this, that you can just start a new file, new Figma, new Figma file, new sketch file. So and as for this place image, now let's say you want to add an image to your design. So you can just use the shortcut Ctrl Shift K. So then exports, you can use this place, or you come to this place to use the exports. So because you don't have anything here, that's why it's still inactive. So then we have the edit. These are the options that you have there. So you can redo, you can copy, you can paste over selection. Like you are doing something already, you've done something already, but you want to change it, and you've copied something that you want to change that into. You just click on it, then you paste it there. It's going to change. You have find. It's a new feature that just brought into Figma. You can type a word, then you find it like in your designs. It bring it for you. Find next, find previous, find and replace. So it's also the same. Then set default property, call property. That's when we have that, because you have anything on the file. That's why it's still inactive. You can pick color. Maybe you designed before and you want to change the color, you want to change the specific color. You can use this select all, control normally, select none, select inverse. All these are just, so when you come to this place, when you have your design, you want to change something, like it's something that it's recording in your file, and you want to change it. So you can just come here and come and change. So we have the view. You can just go through it on something that you understand. But let's just go through it in class like this. You have the objects. All of these just trying to like uh you are just trying to edit, just as you're just trying to edit what you are doing. Text tools, more like the edit, arrange, vector. Then you have the plugin. So plugins are very, very important if you are working. They make your work very easy, very easy. Like instead of you going to Google now to search for, to click on to search for a picture, high quality picture, you start looking for preview on free pics on Splash and all of that. Everything here you can have it on your plugin here. Just click on it and um you have your image that you want, or maybe you want to create a text style now. So instead of you starting adding it by one, you can use text style generator. Instead of you to start generating each color when you are designing one different colors, you have one color that you want to use. You want to get different tint and shade. So this is what this is the tool that you are going to use. They make it work very easy. So moving on, we have it's just like more like you want to find resources. So that's when you just go to the pages, just find resources that I want to use. Preference, you can more like settings on the Figma. So there we have libraries. Maybe you have your textile and all these colors that you've saved that you just want to put in your file again. So it is where you are going to get them. So you have the selection tool. You have this one frame for sections. So and this one too for shapes, for pen tools and pencil text. So this one is more like you want to get just that widget that will show them, that's it. So this one is pan tools. You want to like move. something. So and then the comment. So and you come to this side, you see design here, right? So these are everything that you are doing is going to be showing here. Then you have the prototype part of it. So anything that you are doing prototype is going to be showing here. So let's start using the this Figma now. Okay, back to the selection tools. I use selection tools now to leave that pen and pencil tools. So let's work on something. Let's say, okay, I want to draw another frame now. The best thing you can use when you are doing design, when you are designing, the best thing you can use is using frame. Sometimes some people use rectangle, but there are some things, a lot of things that almost everything that the rectangle can do, but almost everything that rectangle can do is what frame two can do. You get now. The only thing that frame cannot do is that they cannot be factorized. So that's the only thing. So most times it's better to just use um your frame. So you can do that using a shortcut. Just press F on your keyboard. Press F on your keyboard now. Let me see. Okay. Sorry, let me see. Just press F on your keyboard. So when you press F on your keyboard, at the right side there, you see different sizes now. You have the phone sizes now. You have the tablet, you have the desktop, you have the presentation, you have the watch, paper, social media, Figma community. So let's say you want to design an app now. You want to design a website and you want to use for a mobile phone. So let's use Android. It's going to show on the workspace now. Just click on the uh, just click on the frame you want, the frame size you want. It's going to show here now. So for the best practice, when you are designing a website or you are designing mobile app, to help you, so you have to include your grid, your design. So let me just show you how you do that. Let me go back to design. So I'm clicking on the frame right now. Please, if there's anything that you're missing, please talk. So I'm still on the frame that I'm working on now. Then go to the right part here. You see layout grid. You see layout grid. So you are going to click on it. You see the grid there, but it's not the grid that you want. So you just the grid that you want is to show us the layout so that we can have proper spacing for our the grid that we want to design. Then you click on this. So for when you do your research, you see different things. So mostly people use 6 for this column, and then margin for mobile is mostly 8. Sorry, margin is 16. Sorry, margin is 16. So and then the gutter is what is 8. So and then the gutter is 8. So like this now, anything I want to be dropping on this, very easy for you to drop it. Now you can just use your the size uh of this column to drop your whatever you want to drop there. Let's say you want to design an app that we have like is showing us images now. So this is the frame that we are designing for, right? So let's say we are going to have a navbar, right? And I said already that the best thing that I can be using is this frame. So I just press my F, then I'm going to draw right like this. Just left click, then use your mouse to just drag like this. So drag like this. Okay, let's set it to be 55 is okay. Okay, 55 is okay. So let's say I want to give this a color now. If I want to give this a color, how do I give it a color? It's going to be at the right side here like this. Just come here, then you click on the color that you want to use. Okay, so this is like blue. Blue. Okay, let's blue is okay. It's a bit darker. Yeah. So you can reduce the opacity of the that pink color on the that is showing the grid. You can reduce it here. Just come back to your layout grid. Then you come here. You can reduce it to like 5. Enter.
Listen,
Hmm.
don't you say?
Then,
Tutorial.
then,
Ṣé meat pie yẹn ṣì kù?
then, sir.
Mo ló wà ní fridge.
Then. Okay. So sorry. So you just okay. I've reduced the opacity now. So now I want to add my images there too. I want to add the images that I said you had sent something that will show us images, right? Now I'm going to draw. I'm going to put frame again. I'm going to use F. You can use rectangle if you want. So instead of you trying to like think in your head that how should I make this? How big should I make this rectangle that I want to draw, or the frame, or this frame that I want to draw? This grid can guide you. So just put your cursor on the beginning like this, then left click and you drag. So just divide it into two. That's how many? Three. Then you stop here. You stop here. You can drag it a little bit. Maybe you want to make it squared. Okay, let's say I stop it like this now. So let me give it a color first so you can see what I'm doing. Let's say it's like okay, let me just give it a color. So I want to make it the perfect square now. This is 160, right? So what you can do to make it the perfect 60 is by clicking on this. Sorry, click on 160. Let's do something like this. 160, 160, right? So 160. Enter. Then I look it. Oh, I shouldn't look it first. Enter. Then I'm going to do what? I'm going to lock it. So the ratio of this thing now, the ratio of this of this frame that I just draw now is what? Anybody? The ratio of this frame is what? Like the ratio of the breadth to the height is what? Anybody? Hello? Like ratio is so it does ratio 1 to 1. So you want to keep the ratio to be 1 to 1, and you don't want to go there to go and increase it. You don't want to go to this place to go and increase it. The best way to do it to make it perfect, one to ratio 1 to 1. So just place your cursor on this page. Do you see that? Do you see that cursor now? So and then you are going to press your shift on your keyboard, shift, and then the left click. Then you drag, then you drag, then you drag. If you go and check again, what do you have? You have 199, 199, right? So it's just normal redo again, Ctrl Z. So I'm back to 160, 160 again. So that's how you do it. If you go to this place, then you drag like this, you drag like this. Because I'm still pressing the shift too. That's why it's dragging the same thing. But if you remove your hand from the shift, and then you drag, this now, this ratio has changed. So that's how to resize and you still maintain your ratio. So most times it's not always beautiful when you have something and then the square is you have the edges like this. So you can just try to reduce this edge a little bit. Most times not good to reduce it too much too, because there's so many things that you have to know about that one too. So just like 5 is good for this. So 5 is good. So how do I add image to this? There are many ways you can do that. So if you have the image on your system that you are working with, so just go to this fill part. So you click on the fill like this, then you come to this place, you can add your images here. So it's going to choose the image, then you can go to your choose click on choose image. You can go to this thing, you can go to the file on your laptop. So let's say I want to choose this image now. So it's going to show now. Let's take it for it from. So it's showing already. So You have our image now. And then another way you can do it is the shortcut I showed you then. I said what? Control Shift K. So it's going to take you there. Then you just click on it and then you bring it in. So it's adding the image. It's adding the image. So very small. Brought it in very small. Brought the image in very small. So I'm going to delete that. So this is how to add image. This is how to add image, and this is how to work with the frame. With the grid. This is how to work with the grid. So I can drag this one now. If I want to drag it instead of doing another um, frame and start adding another image. How to do that is just by pressing your shift key, then alt key, and then left key you left click again, shift alt and left click again, shift alt and left click. Please do that now. Then you are going to use your other finger to drag it. Use your mouse to drag like that. So I'm dragging now. You have another one. You see that it's spaced. I don't have to start thinking, okay, is this thing aligning? Is this thing straight? It's straight already. Perfect. So this is what you're designing. This is how you should design. You should make it neat. So these are things that you can do to make it neat. If you want to change, you can change it. And then I talked about your plugin. Let's see how plugin works. So let us test one plugin now. Let's test the image plugin. I want to change the image here now. So I'm just going to right click now. So I have a lot of options now. Please do that. So I have a lot of options now. So I'm going to go to the plugin. Oh, sorry, that's another thing. I might not have this plugin already. So if you don't have the plugin, this is what you are going to do. Just go to find plugin or find more plugin. If you have it there, please do that. If you are doing that, please signify that you are doing that. You are going to where you are going to see the image, where you are going to use the image. Hello, hello. Are you doing that? Are you doing that? Okay, okay. You've gotten that. Then you can just type or splash here on this search or resources. Type on splash. I already have it. So type on splash. And if you do that, please let me know. It's already running itself. Okay, not running. Okay, you have the on splash now. So let me just go back to the okay, it's running already. I click on it mistakenly. So it took me to on splash. Then I can search there any kind of this thing I want. Maybe that I want, let's say want abstract. So maybe you don't need to even need to type sometimes. So you have it there. So you can click the image there. And then again, we are using a square here now. So I can choose the rotation I want here. Square. So instead of going to Google, start searching for images and all of that, so you can just use the plugin and then you are just going to add it. Which one is good that you can just use. You can just use anyone. I click on this one. Look now, it will add it for you. Okay, so all these plugins now they're just there to make it work very easy for you. There to make it work. So as you are moving on, as you move on, you are going to learn how to use those plugins as we are working. So um another thing, okay, I just want to talk about this one, about this one. So this one is used for to like create components. This one is used to create component. Let's say working. I want to design a mobile app now. So, but you know that when you design a mobile app, there are some things that you always see on every screen, like navbar, like navbar. You always see it on mostly on every screen. So, are you not going to be designing it every time you are working? No, you're not going to do that. This is plugin that you're going to use. So let's take this for an instance. This is our Number that we are going to do, I want to use now. So I want to drag it. So what do you do? Shift, Alt, left click, then what? Then drag. Then is do what? Then you drag. So this is what I want to use throughout my design. So another thing that is making me to like talk about this frame that I use frame every time is that nothing that frame will do is for you that it will help you to organize your work. So now when we are talking about we are doing the recap, we talk about responsiveness. So this using from frame will help you for when you want to make your product be responsive. So I can just easily add what to layout to this by clicking what Shift A. I did what auto layout. So these are our nav that I want to design, right? So there's a way that it has to be. That is that to be is that to be designed. So we have maybe the logo somewhere. You have the logo somewhere. You have the it's mobile, right? You have the hamburger menu somewhere. Let's now say we are talking about the desktop view. You have all these about service, about program, about all those and stuff like that happening here. So when you use your auto layout, very easy for you to just change the size and everything is going still going to remain there. Just like bring in what is not there before and then you fit there. To just fit there like that for you. Let's say I don't have any. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do something like where from like if using small. Sure, that's good. So I'm just going to use something to represent like a logo. This is again. Let me start again. So I'm coming. This is just hanged up. I don't know why this thing just hanged down. I don't know why. Are you tired? Okay, it's not working yet. What's going on? Okay, I think it's working now. So I have a frame here. So just make it. Um, Let me lock the ratio. Then I can make it 50 for the 50 week 45. Enter. You see everything changed, right? This is our logo that we use. Then I put my logo here. What do you see? What do you see? What do you see that just happened now? The big, the bigger frame just shrunk itself now, become small. So that is why it's very good and advisable to use frame when you are designing. So to help you in responsiveness, you see how something that is very big just became small now. So I can make it okay. I can make it that when I add that into it, it's no change. That's why you can do that. But for what you are doing, this is how it should be. So what you're just going to do is that okay, let me go back. So I'm saying that let's say I want to design a component. I started with components. So components when component comes in is when you're designing stuff like navbar that wants to be on all screens of your product that you're designing. Do you get that? So uh instead of you designing it every time, there's a way you can do it. And that's when you are using these components, using the components. So and I'm saying that when you're designing something like navbar, it's advisable that you use frame. I'm showing you why you use frame. And we were talking before we move on to this feedback. We talked about responsiveness of a website or a product that was. So when you are using frame, it's easier for you just use Shift A. So I press Shift A. So that's why you have all these things there. That is you're having the auto layout. So if I should add anything here like this now, it's going to chunk. It's going to make it small. But if I don't want to make it small, I'm going to come to this place, fixed. Um, fixed. I'm going to make it fixed. So when I add this, Sorry, come again. Ye- Okay, okay. Yes, I dragged it. I used shift alt and left click, then I dragged, like I said before, and I pressed shift A. So I added the auto layout stuff to it. So what I did before was that I just sorted in the auto layout. Sorry, this. So so I'm putting this inside now. It's going to do what? It's going to chunk it like that. But if you don't want that, it's still not going to change what you do. You're going to change it. So you have when you're designing the nav bar, you have an element somewhere here that is the logo. You have maybe hamburger menu somewhere here. So you know that that's what you are doing, right? And for every screen, right? So you just come to this place on this auto layout. So you click on this, then you come to this place. Sorry. So come in. So you come to this place and then so just come here to come and do the settings so that it will space it automatically for you. Sorry, I think okay, maybe you don't need this one yet. So the spacing between maybe you want to have now we're talking about two elements here now. So the spacing you want to have between them. So the spacing you want to have between them from the beginning. So you want to have a spacing. Let's set the spacing here. So I'm going to fix with fix it. So when I add this now, you see is at the middle. So because I set it to be at the middle, so I can set it to be here. So it change back to this place. But I want to be at the middle. Just like this. If I add another one now, F F what's going on? Start it again. F and small. I look this 40. Enter. When I bring it inside, so I want to space that. So I'm just going to come to this place and what? Just drag it to space like this. Perfect. What is your showing? Coming. So the distance between this place now is 10. Distance between this place is 10. But that's what we have here. So now let's say this is our number that we just designed now. I want this one to keep recurring on my product that I'm designing. And I'm just going to click on this thing and then I make it a component. Or I click like this and I said as it create component. So create component. So it become a component now. Then if you come to this place, we are going to have it here. On your asset. So anytime we are working on this file, so you can just come here and then you drag to your workspace to use the components. That's all about the components um, components feature of Figma that we are using. So now let's do something about prototyping too. Are you not moving too fast? Okay, let's talk about the text prototyping. So I'm just going to let me delete this. So let's say want to add I want to add something to so I want to drag this one down now. I want to add something like what's it called? Okay, I want to add text now. You can do that in two ways. You can either use this one or you use what you press your T, just T. So it's going to so you can use T. It's going to allow you to type now. Sorry, let me go back to the layer so that I can see what you are doing. So I'm still on the text now. Let's say I want to type photos. See, should I okay? Maybe I should not use. So I type in photos, photos. So oh sorry, I'm pressing enter. Sorry. So if you look at this text now, it's very big. I mean, you cannot put it here. Let me change the color first. Let me use this blue. So I'm bringing the text in now, so I can reduce the text size. How do you do that? So just come to the right side here. So you can type it here automatically. Maybe I want 40. 40 is let me use 35 or 32. 40 is maybe too big for mobile. Let me use 32. Or you can just choose your any number you want here like this. So and yeah, you can choose the font weight that you want. Maybe you want the regular or you want the bold. Then you have it where you can choose the font that you use. This is a new feature in Figma. Before you have a lot of fonts here that you have to keep looking for is the one you want. But now you can just search the font that you want, or not even just that. If you want to use one that you'll be using it in this file, you get maybe you'll be using different font in the file. So this one I can allow you to just choose the one that you want. So the popular font, cool font, very font, the one that you installed by yourself. So you can export that later. So then you bring this okay, proper spacing. So you're not doing spacing or anything now. But just how do you're just looking around Figma how it works. So that just add text to Figma. So I just added text to Figma. Now you have photos and so let's do something about let's say I want when I click on this picture, when I click on this picture, I want a bigger view of it. So how do you do that? So I'm going to design that screen, right? So I'm going to do what? I'm going to press my F, then Android large, the one you'll be using. So maybe I just drag it somewhere here. So like I said, this thing is going to keep is still going to come back now, right? So that's why it's important that you make the components. So I will just instead of you start designing again or going back to just click whatever somehow. So maybe what if we are even far from components like where you used before. So you have it in your assets. Just go to this place and do what? Just drag in to your screen. Go back to layer. So if you don't want to stress yourself, try to find things. You can use all this alignment stuff here. So I want it to be the at the top right. So align top. Left click, then middle. Perfect. It's working like that. So I want that when I click on this thing, that person that asked that I might want to, are you want to design if it's going to the interaction, where is it going to move to? Let's say when I click on this, I want a bigger view of it here. So I'm just going to click on this like this now. Then I drag shift alt, then left click, then I drag in to my frame. So like I have explained before, who can tell me how I can make this image big now from what you've been saying before? Like and it's going to the ratio is still going to remain. How do you do that? Anybody? What am I supposed to do? Please go on. What am I supposed to do to make this image bigger? Just unmute your mic and talk. Okay, my mouse is there. Okay, I've seen that. Then perfect. So that's just how you're going to do it. Just make it. So, but on this screen now, you don't have a grid here, right? So that's why it's very important that you should add your grid as a system to your design. Again, you should add your grid as a system to your design. How do you do that? So I'm going back to where I have the grid, right? So I click on this place now. Then you see this this square here. Please do that. When you click on it, you see add icon. I can click on that. That I want to add this grid that I'm doing. I want to add it here. So I can just come here and give me something, maybe mobile M M1, like mobile one. So if you want something like a description, just put for it. So I'm saying that yeah, I'm still going. So when you look at this second screen now, we cannot see our grid here. So and I'm using my grid to check the spacing that I'm working on the product that I'm designing, right? So and I don't want to go through the stress of start making another grid again. I know what I'm going to use as the grid, right? But I don't want to go through that stress every time. So that's why it's very important when you are working, you use a design system. So when we start working like normal design, we're going to talk about this next extensively. So for this, we're just talking about the features and the tools and the Figma right now. So you go back to this to the screen where you add the grid. So I'm going back to the screen where I have the grid. So go to the layout grid that we designed. So you go there, you see this square there now. Then I can click on the square. So I said, you see this add icon, create style. Yeah, I'm just going to add. It's supposed to be like M1 private one. That's all. You have any description I want to give it. Maybe you are using different. You can use. It's not compulsory that you use a grid throughout. Not compulsory. I can decide to make this one 4. Say I can make this one 4. Maybe um because of what I'm doing there, it's not necessarily something that is too big that I have to like keep changing grid like that. So I can make it 4 instead of 6. I can make it 4. So just maybe I'll have any description I want to write. I will write description there, but I don't have it to write here now. So I'm just going to create a star. So if you look at it now, what do you see now? You see the star here already. You see the star here already. So and to use that, you come here. So you want to add the grid to it, just go to that layout grid and then you click on this square. Can you see that? Sorry, if you are not seeing anything or something is yeah, computer something, please talk so that you can work on that. So I'm just click on the star and then I have my M1 here already, it's already saved here. So I'm just going to click on it. You see it now, you see that it's already on my screen now. Now I can happily increase the size of my image. So just as she explained, so I'm going to put my cursor here, then shift, and I will drag. So I'm going to adjust that to this place. Then okay, perfect. So okay, maybe I want to add a text again. So how do you add text? You can go to this place to add your text, but it's very easy to just press T and then go. What can we write here? So what can we write here? You say, mm, I don't know. 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 But let's say group picture, something like that. Yes, you have. group picture. Sorry, what do I mean? Pic- So let's say group picture. If you check what I did here before, see that it's aligned to this image. So that's very very important. Alignment is very very important. I'm going to make this one to align the image here. See, and another very good thing of Figma is that it's going to show you the ruler. It's going to show you that this thing is aligned. This thing is working perfectly. And it's not working perfectly. If you have your own Figma and you don't have all these rulers there, please you can just raise your hand. If this ruler is not working, like the way I shifted this thing now, it's not showing this red. If it's not working on your own Figma, please talk. Just quickly look at that. So I want to believe that everything is working now. So I can choose to change the color like I've been using before. So I'm just going to use this color. So maybe I have some text to just write or whatever. I can just put the text here. I can just put the text here. I don't even want to write now. But I'm coming. This is another plugin. It's another plugin. Just create the text. What? Okay. So go to plugin. Let's just leave that. Let's leave writing. What you want to do is that I want to show you that when you click on this one, you can go to this place. That's what to do now. So when you click on this prototype, now, you see the size the of the frame. You see it. You see the preview of what you are the screen that you are using that you are designing for. You see it. All these black is just for presentation. So I want that when I click on this, I go to this place. How do you do that? So I'm on prototype now. Let me allow this so I can see it properly. So this is where I want to click to see this place, right? So I click this image now. You see, oh, sorry. So you see this add icon. Is what you are just going to let's click on it. Then you are going to drag to show something like a thread. So you are not going to drag it. You are going to drag it and drag it to this screen. It's going to stop when you just switch to touch that screen. So when you come to this place now, you can, like I explained, you can choose to make it overlay. You can choose to make it scroll to. So each and every each of these things have their own function. So just this one, they are new updates. They're not really important. They're not really important like that. So that's why this is new update. It's new page. It's the self. So navigate to, you can choose to navigate. You can make it like back. Like I said, it to be back. So your own is just to design for them and show them how it's going to look like. So open overlay, sub overlay, close overlay. I want it. You want it to be a link that's going to go outside. You know, you can just show them that okay, this is what I'm trying to do. This is what it's going to do. When you click on this, is where it's going to go to. So I'm doing. So I'm but what I'm doing is that what I'm navigating right. So navigate to. So we are going to use. So we are going to stop it like that. And then you can add your animation to it to instant dissolve, change, slide units that you need to. You can choose it here. But we are just showing the features. We are not working on interaction design. So I'm just going to stop there. And then let's see how it works. So you can preview it. Let's preview it. Sorry, why is it open the other one? Oh, this one is slow. This one is this preview. So before this update, that's an app that we used to use. It has to be on your phone. Figma Mirror, I think it's still working now. Just copy the link, then you paste it to your phone, then you click on it. It's going to show you how it's going to look at your phone. Or it might not be that fit for your phone. Let's say I'm designing for um, iPhone 14 now. I use Android 14 as my screen. So I'm using one Android like that. So the screen is not going to look like that. So that's why this preview feature has just been very very interesting and makes a lot of sense. So can I choose to just use that present like this on speed? But I don't know why it's so much like this. I don't know why it's slow. Let's keep waiting. So if you are doing the same thing that I'm doing, like you've been doing what I've been doing, please, if I let me see your hand. If you've been doing what I've been doing, please let me see your hand. Hello? Hello? Yeah, if you've been doing what I've been doing, please, if you have been doing what I've been doing, please let me see your hand. So ahead, so just now. Okay, very good, very good, very good, very good. So I said that this is like this is like an answer to that person's question. That when I click on this, oh, am I going to do that when I click on this? Going to take me to this place. So I said when I click on this, I want to go to this place, right? So let's go to do that now. I click on this. What do you see now? It took me to another page. So that's what they're going to just going to do. You're going to show the developer that this is what I'm telling you to do. This is what I want you to do. Is now let the developer to now do the coding and stuff. You want just design. That's what you are doing. Not having how it's going to work. That's why you see some advanced interaction, very crazy, very crazy. You watch all these Instagram videos, you see, like very, very, very developers, like free developers, they have to know that. Okay, why will you ask me to do something like this? So I just do anything crazy as a designer. It's left to it's left to the to the developers that gives them anything that just work with it. So if you have any, before I continue, before I take another thing to talk about, so if you have anything to say, that the person that asked this question, are you still here? What's that person's name again? The person that asked this question, what's his name again? I don't think the person is still here. Oh. That person that asked this question, I don't think this person is here. So the auto layout feature. There's somebody said we should talk about the auto layout feature. So let's let me close this one. Let's do auto layout, coming. Okay. Let's say I want to design a button. Let me show you how auto layout works. There's more to that auto layout, like a lot to it. So, but those know what auto layout is and how it works. Let's say I want to design a button. Okay, let's go to what you are working on, a photo app that I'm working on. So I want to put a this thing here. Let's see on this where I want to put my is where I want to put my button. So I can make this thing. I can just add a auto layout to this photo by clicking on what shift A. So I just added a auto layout to that image now, and I want to put a button on it. I'm going to design my button. So when you're designing your button, another thing that Outlier to do for you is that you don't have to create the frame first, then start typing on it, that this is the button or stuff like that. You cannot start by text. Just T, just your T, you click on it like this. Then anything I want to add, maybe want it to be what I would say, maybe C photo. Yeah, something like that. C photo, right? It's what you want to what you want to use. Let me adjust the size 20. So 20. Uh-huh. So you can use auto layouts. Just make your button. So shift A, right? So there are more to rules of designing button. It's not just any other. You just design, make a button, and then just go. Or just to answer your question, I'm going to make this 20. It's good I make this like times two. This one button two, the text. So I make it 20. I made it 20 of. So I made the okay again. I make this test. Let me go back. Control Z, Control Z. So this is the initial text I typed. So I want to reduce it. I can just go there and type 20. Anything that you want to use. When you're designing mobile applications, you don't have to make it go out of 32. So that you use 32 when you are doing like something, when you are doing something like this. So 20 is okay. I mean, 20, maybe 20 is going to be 20 is okay. Okay, 20 is too big. Let me use 16. So this 16 should be fine. Yeah, 16 is fine. So Shift A. You are designing a post now. I'm trying to show you what you can use Shift A for. What you can use auto layout for. That is the Shift A stuff. So Shift A now. I've added auto layout to this one now. So proper spacing and everything has to be going down. So this is this is what this is 20. This is 20. Okay, I think that's cool. Yeah. So and I'm going to add my color to it, right? So I'm going to go to the fill, this, then I'm going to add okay, let me this. Okay, I should add this, I use this one. I use this, yeah, perfect. I can just change the color to the text of this one to white. So color selection, if I'm on it already. So I'm using this. So it doesn't really look like the button that I used to see, right? So it's always good that you make a button to have you round the corner of your button or anything that you are doing, same element you are putting on your screen. So I can make it like where let me use five. Yeah. So I just put it here. What does happen now? So that is the auto layout. Yeah. So that's what auto layout to do. So I can make it that when I add this one inside of it, it's still going to remain the same. So I'm just going to go to display this all, then I'm going to make the height the width fixed. As it's not going to change no matter what I add inside it. So it's fixed like that. So there's more to auto layout. So now I'm adding it inside. See where I placed it at the top. But I don't want it to be at the top. I want to be in the middle. How do I do that? So I'm going to click on the frame where I added the button. So I'm going to go to this place there. I click on the middle. So it's going to be at the middle like that. But for a ruler, it doesn't really look like this. So I can try to like edit this image, that page. So I can edit it that to look like something realistic. So I can come to this place, then I come to exposure, this like realistic. Yeah, so something that's realistic like this. So yeah, I think realistic like this. Yeah. So instead of making photo this what's it called? Making it the this time I can make this one. But like this, it's still not looking like a button, right? It's not really looking like a button. So we start working on visual design. So we see how we should design a button to look interactive, to look yeah, so that user can see that okay, this thing is what I'm supposed to do without even any explanation. So this is what I'm supposed to do. But just to show us what Toliad is used for inspiration on it. So I think that's all for what layouts for now. For now, maybe I haven't talked on everything I want to know. So anytime you're working or anything on Figma now, we should be good. Yeah. So if you still have any question that you still want to ask? So, do you have any question to ask? Hello, hello, hello. So, do you have anything to say? Anybody have anything to say? All right, go on. So when I started, I said it's not everything. I designed it from reporting, so you can just start with totally at safe. Like you just type the text. That was what I did. I know what I did. I just type the text like see photo. Okay, maybe I should just do it again. So I press my T now. Let's say and then see photo, right? Come in. Sorry, see right. Okay, this is the text that it types now. Then I'm going to add auto layout to it, just like that. Shift A. Add auto layout to it. Then I'm just going to make it look like a wheel button. For a wheel button, the spacing here, the space here should be like times two. It should be the same. So I'm going to make this 20 at least. So then I'm going to round the corner so that it look like the button that I used to see. Like I said before, you don't have to print anything. The wheel is still okay. You don't have to print anything. Just keep what you have, because what you are doing is people have done it already before. That's why when you are designing, you don't have to like yeah, I want to bring out this thing. You want to there are ways that you can do it. You can go on different platforms to check for inspiration. We have the dribble, we have some other platform where you can get inspiration from. Even on this on Figma itself, you can go to the community. So you can just so you can go to the community. This new community. So you can go to the community, look for anything you want. So you want to look at, I want to see ideas for mobile. Just go there, check, check different that you don't have to like bring everything to your brain. Like, okay, you have to just you can bring ideas from this place. And again, when you are getting your ideas, right? You say that I want to get inspiration, right? So note this. So we want to get inspiration. Let your own let your own design to be an inspiration. Don't just be like copy and paste just like that. Let your own design itself. Let it be an inspiration to that design that you want to copy. You don't get. Let your own design that you are trying to get inspiration for it. Let it be an inspiration for that design you want to copy. So just like just want to copy and paste. So you don't have to work yourself out. Just go on community, look for designs, then inspire the design that you want that is there. You can go Behance, Dribble, and maybe photos on images on Twitter, Instagram. Another thing that is going to help you in this journey is that you're going to follow designers on Instagram. You don't have choice. You have to follow designers on Instagram. Those that do tutorials and those that just post their work only. So there's this guy, Xander Whitespot. He just posts tutorial on YouTube on Instagram. So, but it's not everything that you are going to need, but at least some is going to give you it is how this thing is done. Another thing is you have to be curious. Okay, this app that I'm using now, when they do this thing, why is this thing happening? Why is it like this? Why is it like this? So you need to try to like do something like that. So it's really going to help you in this journey. I think we've talked about one more. Okay, What else have we talked about? We talked about almost everything. So all these ones here, these local variables, they are new features and it's not really important. It's not really important when you know the basics. So you can go through this one on your own. They are not really important. I've not used it before. I've tried it before, but I'm not like using it before like that. So maybe that's all. Maybe that's all. So when we start working on design systems and everything, you see what we are doing or why all these components, auto layouts. I think that's just that I've talked about today. So you see why they are important, and you've talked about each and every feature you have and how you can use them. Every feature you have there. Or is there anything that you are seeing on your screen right now that feel like it's strange that you don't know how to go about it? Hello. So is there anything that on your screen that you see right now that feels like it's strange that you don't even know how to can go about it? Okay. I'll assume that that's okay. So all right. So okay. So I said components. Why you need components is that we are designing a product like an app. We have some features on it that it has to keep up. Okay, let's say for example now, button. Do you have to design button every time that you are designing on your product? You don't have to. You can just design like series of buttons that these are the like three buttons that I'm doing in my design. So you have the big button, you have the small button, you have the active button, you have the inactive button. So and you are going to make them components so that when you are working, you just go to these assets, then you drag them to your design. You don't have to design it again. I think that does everything about it. Just make your work faster. So that every time you are working, you don't have to keep redesigning an element that you designed before. So it allows you to reuse the element that you designed before. Do you get that's what those component is? And once you've done the component, you just come to this place and add this and create component. That's what you do. And another very good thing where component is important is, let's say when you are designing, you use something else, like you added something else to your or to the component, and that thing is the same thing that's going to occur in every screen. In every screen. Let's say for instance now that Instagram, okay, or let's even use this what's it called? This Google Meet for example. All these icons, buttons that we have on this menu bar here, the leave button, the video button, microphone, raise hand, and this menu here. Let's say that's what we have. This thing now, let's say it's something that is occurring in our product, and then you want to make it a component. So when you design it first, you did not add microphone to it. Now we are working on say, oh, I have to add microphone to it for an instance. I'm not saying it's something like that will happen. So so you have, now realize that you have to add microphone to it. So what you just need to do is that first component that you created is when you are just going to add your microphone to. It's going to change across the other screen like that. That's one very good important one very good use of component too. So it's not that you have to like go through each screen and start adding microphone to it. Just first one that okay, let's do this. Let me change this one to so I remove this one. So I'm going to track the asset that we did before. I'm going to drag it inside. Then I'm going to align it top alignment. Now I'm going to edit this one. This is the parent component. So this is the main component. So I'm going to let's say okay, let's say I'm going to add this button to it. Let me just put this button inside. Oh sorry, no okay. Nice. Okay. So I'm coming. Let me type it out. So I'm adding this. No entry. What's going on? Frame 7 component. Why is it? No entry. What's going on? No entry the component. You know what? I can still use this one instead. Let me see. It's going to try this one. Sorry. Oh, okay. Let me copy another one. Then let me try to add this inside it. What is that? What am I going to add? Okay. Let me change the size of this story. It's fixed, right? Yeah, coming on. So set all changes. Sorry. Okay. Push. Do you see what just happened now? Do you see what just happened now? Hello. So right, the same thing will happen when you add another. When you change. Look at this screen. Look at this screen and look at this screen. You see the number there. Like how many? This now 65 height. This one to 65 height. This one 65 height. So and I copied this one from the main. So and I increased, like I changed the property of this one now. So I changed the property of this one. So and I want this change to occur throughout, like everywhere I use this component. I want the change to occur. So I'm just going to go to this place now. I go to the main component. Then I say push changes to main component. Do you see what happened now? Everything will change. That change that I made on that component will change throughout. So that just component is just to make your work easy. There's nothing you can, if you like, you can be doing everything one by one. Component just make your work very easy and faster. So and then the prototype part where you say that when you click somewhere, it's going to go to somewhere. So this is where you do that. You come to the prototype part. This is the design. This is the prototype. So I click on this button now. I want the button to go to this place. See this add icon. That person that asked the question, are you here? So you click this add icon. So you left click, then you drag to the to that page where you want to go to. Click on see photo. I think this is clear, right? Yeah. So let's preview that again. So I'm going to click on this now. See photo. You see, it's just going to take me to that place. Let's say it's linked that I added now. It's good to let's see. This is let's see. Okay. Can we let's see. On tap is going to open a link. So maybe I want to go to enter. His work as oh, sorry. Let's say X to maybe to let's say X code. That's what I want to use. So anytime I click on this one, it take me to the okay. So I make this one to go to like a link, like external link. So when I click, it's going to take me to it's going to take me to where? It's going to take me to uh Twitter, like that, or X app, whichever way you call it. So that's that on the prototype. When I'm working on prototype, yeah, I'm just showing the feature and how it works. So that's that. So at this point, I want to assume that everybody can use Figma now. Like everything that you can see on Figma is not confusing to you that you can use anything on Figma now. Am I right? Hello? So at this point, everybody can use Figma to do something. So the basic thing is okay. So the basic thing is just to add image, add text, then how to use the features here now. I think we talked about almost everything. So you should be able to do that. So the question, yeah, yeah, you can. Okay. So what I was trying to do before is that I was trying to add another element to the parent component, but the element is not entering inside it. I don't know why. So I just like just to let you show, just to show you that this is working. So and now I went to this asset and I brought out this one here. I brought this one out, and before the property, I want to show you that once you change the property of a component, you can change it throughout. That's what I wanted to show you. So the property of this one before, okay. So I just right clicked on it like this, and then I went to um main component. Are you with me? Then I say push change to main component. So once I'm able to push the change to the main component, everything is going to change. You see that the first one and second one changed. This is the parent component. So and this one and both of them just change now. So that's the product of component. So you can add image, you can choose font weight. At least you can do something with Figma now, right? Everybody. Yeah, cool. 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 Should we, should we look at Fig Jam? Is it that? Maybe we should not look at that now. Okay, let's just. You said what? Fig Jam is in Figma too, but um maybe you are not going to. Okay, let me let's quickly look at it. We are almost 5 o'clock. Time to go. Maybe just stop here. Maybe just stop here. So Fig Jam is like what I showed you before. It's used for card sorting, yeah, whatever like that. Yeah. Why this one's too for much load ball. Yeah, I'm recording it. I hope it does not stop sharp. Yeah, I'm still recording. Yeah, I'm still recording. Sorry, this is not responding. Okay. So this is just the fig jam that it does look like. Wow. This is just this I think it's, that crazy it that I talked about. So I think you can even find the templates here for the crazy it that I talked about when we were talking. You can just search here and then look for it. This one is something like, okay, just work digitally instead of working manually. You have to be buying all these software, wasting it on your board, writing, something that you're going to do on Figma. So that's basically what Figma is going to do. You have different tools, just like Figma too. You have the board, you have the cards, you have the color and things like that. And you don't want to go to set up designing it from the beginning by yourself. You can just search whatever it is you want to do. I just set it here, and then you start editing. Let's say you want to do flowchart now. You want to do flowchart. That is how the people that you are doing, how is it going to flow. So, uh, let's see. So, if you look at it now, it's something that you can draw on the board. This thing is something that you can draw in the board. We are just making it. You are just doing it digitally. That's what you are doing. Or that's basically what you are doing on feature. That's all. That's all. So when you start all this process now, you talked about how you can just know that it's feature and this is how to use it. You can just go through it to see how it works. You have the connectors, you have text. It's like Figma, this navigation. So that's all. That's all. So we are going to stop the class here. Yeah, let me stop the recording. Let me stop the recording.